You got to pay extra for that shit.
I don't give a fuck.
It's 90 cents extra for the grilled chicken, and it's not bad at all. All right, I think we're good.
Cool.
So, fucking, where's my docket? Let's pull up. Let's switch over to this, and we're gonna pull up
Pull up, cuz.
this thing that you're gonna love. So, you seen the 10 new games for the Sega Mini?
Yes. Yes,
I
I
bet
did.
you're super happy.
I am stoked. This thing is so fucking dope. So, if to give you a little bit of recap, we're talking about Sega Mini. We're talking about fucking. They've been coming out every couple of weeks with new games. Currently, what's on the console right now? We got Echo the Dolphin, Castlevania Bloodlines, Space Harrier 2, Shining Force, which is one of the best strategy RPGs ever. Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, Toe Jam and Earl, Comic Zone, which is a really underrated beat 'em up.
Right.
Definitely does not get the love that it should be getting. Sonic the Hedgehog, Ultra Beast, Gunstar Heroes, another game that is so heavily underrated. It's a great shoot 'em up. Earthworm Jim, Castle of Illusion, Shinobi 3, which is probably the best ninja game on the console, Contra Hardcore, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, World of Illusion, Thunder Force 3, Super Fantasy Zone, Streets of Rage 2, and Landstalker. They have just announced that they're coming out with Golden Axe, which is a fucking staple.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Yeah. Beyond Oasis, Ghouls and Ghosts, Alex Kidd in the Enchanted Castle, Phantasy Star 4, which is the best RPG on the console, period, which is probably, I want to say that's probably the best Phantasy Star game, period, as well.
Right. I don't think I've ever played one.
They're outstanding. Definitely
I will be playing this because I'm getting this.
Yes, play Phantasy Star 4. It's awesome. I personally think that Phantasy Star puts a lot of the old school Final Fantasies to bed. Like
That's a big statement, man.
Phantasy Star 4 and Final Fantasy 6 are up there for me, but you have to understand that Phantasy Star 4 is more sci-fi and Final Fantasy 6 is high fantasy and shit like that. Both solid fucking games. You got Street Fighter 2 Special Champion Edition, Sonic Spinball, which
the first level's good. The first level's passable because that's the only level I get.
I'm not a pinball fan.
That's true.
I don't care for pinball.
I like the musical remixes that have come out of Spinball.
Yeah,
like, not that because the music itself it's not like S tier or anything like that. It's okay.
Yeah, it's
but the remixes that people make are really good.
Mm-hmm.
Like on Spin Dash 1, there's a Amy's Toxic Cave, which is really super gross sounding.
Yeah.
And even in the song, it says, "What's that smell?" But that song's really, really good.
Yeah, no, it's the music is probably the only thing that's passable in Sonic Spinball. And then you have Vector Man, Wonder Boy and Monster World, and finally the big fucking one, which I guess every mini now needs like the big highlight. Mega Man: The Wily Wars.
I was wondering why you skipped it.
This game did not come out in the United States. It's the only time a Mega... No.
Oh.
No. I think that this was exclusive to Japan and I think the European Union, like the PAL versions. But the United States never got this game. It's the only fucking Mega Man game to be released on a Sega console.
Is it any good?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a good game.
I was watching Funhouse play. Apparently there's a Mega Man 2.5D.
Okay.
And it's co-op. So what it is it's like normal Mega Man, but it's that 2.5D where everything's like cell shadowed and there's like stuff in the foreground, stuff in the background and all that. But you play, two people can play, and you go through like there's 9 bosses and there's a boss from each Mega Man game.
Right.
Like you have Quick Man, you have Snake Man, you have Tornado Man from 9, you have Star Man, I think maybe from 6. I can't remember off the top of my head.
They put 9 bosses in there? Because usually Mega Man's in the center.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, they put 8, my bad. I just can't count.
Okay.
And but it's really fun. I watched them play it, and it's like the old levels, but they've put like Snake Man's level is pretty easy, like in general. But then at one part they put in like you know how old Snake game was, how it would move around and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They put Snake platform that you have to fucking follow with it.
Okay.
And it's co-op. If one of you die, you have to restart from a save point.
That's some bullshit.
And there's also an option to have friendly fire.
That's
On or off.
That's some bullshit.
I
wouldn't do that shit.
I don't know if it's like an official release because I haven't gone into it deeper, or if it's a fan made game. But I watched them play
It's
it.
gotta be fan made.
That shit's dope, and you could be Mega Man or Proto Man.
That it has to be fan made. That'd be sick though.
It looks so solid. Like, I'll look into it because I would definitely want to play that on a stream. Or I mean, I know I keep saying for too many games, but like just shit we can fuck around with at too many games.
Yeah, I know. The Sega Genesis or Sega Mega Drive Mini is going to be, it's coming up to be by far the best mini console to come out, at least in my opinion. The Super Nintendo is up there. The Super Nintendo is up there. Super Nintendo is solid, but when I think about all the games that they're deciding to put onto the Sega Genesis Mini, and I compare that to the Super Nintendo, I feel that because those Super Nintendo games have been released over and over and over and over again, from the Wii to the Wii U to now the Switch, it's tiring.
How many copies of Mario 3 do you own?
It's probably at least 4 or 5.
Mine's in the double digits.
Are you serious?
I have 3 physical copies because I've just accumulated them.
Okay.
I have it on the 3D or the 3DS. I had it on my Wii. I had it on my Wii U. I have it basically on everything that I could have it.
Okay.
I love. Also, a lot of the times they were on sale for like $3. That game's worth $3. So
this game's worth more than $3.
Yeah, that's why I bought it so many times. But I love that game. That game is great. But a lot of these, like you said, a lot of these didn't get the recognition they deserved. Or they just like Mega Man Wily Wars, it just didn't come to America.
Yeah,
for
that's
$80. This is worth it.
Yeah, that's definitely the Genesis's Star Fox 2. Except it means more. Oh, there you go. There you go. Have you played Star Fox 2?
Yes, I played it before it was released on the Mini.
Okay.
And I like it. It's very, very fun. It's very Star Fox 64 because they took a lot of things that were going to be in that and put it in Star Fox 64.
I agree. It's very similar to that. I actually am not that big of a fan of Star Fox 2. I
do like that you can go around and like they're like, this base is being attacked or this sector's being attacked. You need to go.
That's cool. I just feel that the AI is lacking, and I think it has to do with it not being fully realized in development. I think they were like 90% of the way done before they were just like, nah, shut that shit down.
Well, yeah, because they're like, we got the N64, and the N64 we can do 3D, and like for a flying game, that's amazing. Like Star Fox 64 is one of my favorite games ever. Every other Star Fox game has tried to be Star Fox 64.
Yeah,
like even Assault. I love Assault. Assault is a good game on the GameCube. But
I don't give a fuck what anyone says. Assault is a great fucking game.
Assault in the world of Star.
Tear that ass up.
after getting Dino World, which I did not like.
Okay, I like Star Fox Adventures. I like that game.
I think the reason I didn't like it is because I didn't like when I first saw it. I just didn't like it, and so I never went back and like really picked it up or anything like that. But Assault came out, and I was like, this storyline is great.
It's a solid game.
Yeah, and I really think I would like Star Fox Zero if it wasn't the controls.
They need to redo Zero for the Switch, like the way that they need to redo Legend of Zelda Skyway Sword without the motion controls. Just have it be
or like in the 3D,
controls.
The 3DS version of 64 has gyro controls on or off. So maybe they could do something like that.
I think that's a little bit more difficult because when it comes to you're controlling the chicken, I forget what the actual
the not the Landmaster, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, when you control the chicken, I feel like the controls for that and also that one thing that drops down and it's like a gyroscope was
the
helicopter was made specifically for the Wii U's motion support in the second screen, which is really annoying because I hate having to go around like this and move here and just like scan my floor just to be able to play the fucking game.
If they release it without that shit, I think it would be better receptive because the game looks great. They could make an anime off of that opening. That you said, didn't your son watch it? And he was like, I want more of this. And you're like, I ain't got no more.
I ain't got no more, kid. I ain't got no more. That would be pretty dope because like the little opening scene was so good with the banter between the members of Star Fox. It felt like a fucking anime, and they had that tension building up. So it was just super good.
What we need is just Nintendo needs to employ a Fox in Space. And we need to get legit a Fox in Space, because that MASH 80, like, it reminds me of the 80s style sitcoms like MASH, where it would like freeze frame, all the music has super grainy, like you can hear the grain, and it sounds so good. And they just made Falco like this big old like, yo, what's we gonna do, boss?
He sounds like Rocky a little bit. I get that Rocky vibe. Yeah,
he sounds like a Stallone-esque character. And then you have Slippy that's still got the nasally voice, but he's more like sarcastic and kind of assholey, like technology wise, which I feel like works a little bit better.
Socially awkward.
Yeah, like that works more than like the reason they made Slippy how Slippy was is because, you know, it's at the end of the day, this game was for kids.
Yeah,
like we played it when we were kids, but I hope we see I watched the first episode 3 years ago. And he's still working. I don't know if he's working on just individual episodes or if he's working like on a huge fucking series.
I don't know. I'm hoping that it gets picked up, but I've been following him on Twitter. Just search a Fox in Space, you'll find his Twitter handle. He is like actively working on this shit, like going frame by frame, doing a breakdown of each of the scenes. So yeah, we just need more of this.
We do.
He needs to do a crowdfunding for this, because
or something.
He can have all my money.
Yes. Ooh, that's really squeezed. But that's if you guys are watching the stream right now, we pulled up the Twitter logo and all that stuff. So go check out a Fox in Space. I gotta fix that shit. That looks bad. But we'll go back. But yeah. I will be buying this. This is the first mini system that I'm gonna be buying. Because it looks like so $80 you get the console, and then you also so you know more about these Sega games than I. Can you price point some of these just like off the top of your head, like how much they would be if you were to get them used, just cartridge, not like in mint condition or anything like that? Sure. You're gonna have over $80, I figure.
You're going into quite a bit of money.
Yeah,
like quite a bit of money. So like the Sonic games are not super expensive. You can get those at like $5 a pop.
Yeah.
But when we're talking about like what could be worth money, Contra Hardcore, that's a $35 game. Street of Rage 2, that's in the 20s. Landstalker, it's between $20 and $30.
What about that Wily Wars?
Wily Wars. So if you wanted to import a copy, I've seen them go for 50 plus. I've also seen like that's a game that gets the homebrew ROM hack treatment. Because they can't bring it over here, so they just like make their own carts here. Comic Zone, $20. Toe Jam and Earl, roughly $20. I've never seen a standalone cart for Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. It's always been paired up in the Sonic Classics cart from what I've seen. But I mean, even that goes for about $10-15. But the big ones that I'm looking at here, Castlevania Bloodlines, that's like a $50 plus game. That's expensive.
Like if you were just to buy a cartridge.
Just to buy a cartridge of Castlevania Bloodlines. It's an expensive game. I don't remember if that's with the box or not. I think I saw it like complete in the cardboard box. That's like $80+.
We're well into 200.
We're well over 200. And then when you're looking at the additional games that are coming out with it, Phantasy Star, at least at the bare minimum $20.
Yeah, I'm buying this. I'm pre-ordering this on Amazon right now. It's up for pre-order right now. I would because like that box, this is one of the ones that I'm going to be keeping the box. That box looks
this looks sick. It's
you know me, gritty and 80s. Like anything that's got a grid on it and 80s, boom, I love it. So that looks real good. They threw Sonic on the front. It looks good too. Like it's gonna be mini and all that stuff. So what the fuck ever. Looks good. I like it.
Yeah.